Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And today I'm going to be announcing the book that we're going to be reading for August for the Peter's Book Club. But I also have for Peter's Book Club. But I also have a huge announcement to make about a decision that Mel and I have made regarding the book club. So it's been a decision that we have gone back and forth on, and we both fully agree with this decision, and we're really excited about it. I'm not sure that everybody else is going to be really excited about it, but I want to put the information out there. So before I get into that, that will be at the end of the video. Before I get into that, I want to talk about, I have a feeling that I'm either going to have people that are in the book club are either going to be extremely excited about both things that I announce, or one or the other, or they're going to be like, oh, no, like I'm not happy about this at all. So, okay, let's get into the first thing. The first thing is the book that we're going to be reading for August. So here's the deal. We really want to read good books for the book club, okay? When we read a book, even if it is a book that is really easy to get for everybody, you can already see where this is going, right? Often what happens is it's not enjoyable, and then not a lot of people engage in the threads on Goodreads for Peter's Book Club and things like that. So if you want to join the book club, first of all, let me just tell you, there's a link underneath this video. It goes to the Goodreads site for Peter's Book Club. You can go over there. All you have to do is join it, free of charge, except for you have to, find the book that we're going to read. And then I usually do a book review of the book that we've read for that month. I usually do it after the live stream that we have, and then the last Sunday of every month at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do a live stream, which has been on YouNow, and for the time being, will continue to be on YouNow, and that is not the decision that we've made. We are trying to figure out how to do it over on YouTube, but YouTube is kind of changing some of the ways that they're doing, like live streaming and things like that. But so before we go over to that, I'm just going to keep it on YouNow for right now. And if you have any questions on how to do YouNow, or you've been confused about it, email me and let me know. My email is listed below as well, and I will help you with that. Okay. So, we really want to read good books. Last month, we read Killer Clown by John Wayne Gacy. This month, it doesn't seem like people are really that excited. We are reading Zodiac, about the Zodiac Killer. Next month, we were trying to read a book about the Night Stalker or the Hillside Strangler. And we found good books, but they're very, very dated, and we didn't really know a whole lot about them. So, I guess I should probably, first of all, go into my Instagram. Mel and I were both tagged. Let me give a little bit of a shout out here. Hold on a second. Bear with me while I change over. Mel and I were both tagged in where is it? In a picture on Instagram. Where is it? I can't find it now. Oh, maybe they tagged me in my regular one. Hold on just a second. They didn't. I can't find it now. Anyway, we were tagged in this book review that somebody had read this book. And so I went and I looked at it, and it's brand new. It just came out in June of this year, but it looks so good. It looks really, really good. And, the whole idea for the true crime, year of true crime on Peter's Book Club started as a result of us reading I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara last year, one woman's obsessive search for the Golden State Killer, which I'm still hooked on that case. And, I've always had a fascination with true crime, but in the last year, it's just like upped, right? Like I'm listening to podcasts now, and I'm like reading about all this kind of stuff. And so I'm super, super intrigued by it. And this is a case, and I think it's about Isaac Keys, is his name, or Israel Keys. Let me show you the book that we're going to read. And I didn't know anything about it. So this is the cover of it, and it is called American Predator: The Hunt for the Most Meticulous Serial Killer of the 21st Century by Maureen Callahan. And it came out, I think June 2nd is when it came out. July 2nd, 2019, so it's literally like hot off the presses. It is 304 pages, and it currently has 415 ratings on it and 4.18 of common rating. I went on Amazon and I read the reviews, and this is getting like glowing reviews, okay? And I'm like, we said in the book club that if something new came out that we all had to read, then we would do it. And I've said that from the very beginning, and this is a book that I think that we all need to read. So anyway, let me read you the synopsis for it. Oh my God, it's long. Okay. A gripping tour de force of investigative journalism that takes us deep into the investigation behind one of the most frightening and enigmatic serial killers in modern American history, and into the ranks of a singular American police force, the Alaska PD. Most of us have never heard of Israel Keys. But he is one of the most ambitious, meticulous serial killers of modern time. The FBI considered his behavior unprecedented, described by a prosecutor as a force of pure evil. He was a predator who struck all over the United States. He buried kill kits, cash, weapons, and body disposable tools in remote locations across the country. And over the course of 14 years would fly to a city, rent a car, and drive thousands of miles in order to use his kits. He would break into strangers' houses, abduct his victims in broad daylight, and kill and dispose of them in mere hours. And then he would return home, resuming life as a quiet, reliable construction worker devoted to his only daughter. This is really scary, don't you think? Okay. When journalist Maureen Callahan first heard about Israel Keyes in 2012, she was captivated by how a killer of this magnitude could go undetected by law enforcement for over a decade. And so began a project that consumed her for the next several years, uncovering the true story behind how the FBI ultimately caught Israel Keyes and trying to understand what it means for a killer like Keyes to exist. A killer who left a path of monstrous, randomly committed crimes in his wake, many of which remain unsolved to this day. American Predator is the ambitious culmination of years of on-the-ground interviews with key figures in law enforcement in Keyes' life and research uncovered from classified FBI files. Callahan takes us on a journey into the chilling, nightmarish mind of a relentless killer and the limitations of traditional law enforcement in one of America's most isolated environments, Alaska, when faced with a killer who defies all expectation and categorization. And I wish I could find a thing on here that somebody read. I really want to read what they said. Hold on a second. I think I know how to find it. Okay, here it is. Oh, no, that's not it. They tagged me in this. Where is it? Shoot. Oh, here it is. Okay. And so I want to give a shout out to this person, Shona. And Shona tagged Mel and I both in this. And this is what she had to say. So Shona, I hope that you don't mind when I'm borrowing this. She said, I don't think I've read a true crime book that has had me sobbing. I forever have a new appreciation and indescribable awe for the FBI dive team or any dive team tasked with recovering bodies. One of the most vivid descriptions of not just the recovery, but of the thoughts and emotions of those tasked with such a somber duty. And in quotations, he both loved and hated this part. His team's success was a family's tragedy. And then she thanks the people that wrote the book and one of the investigators on there. So I'm going to put underneath here, I will put Shona's Instagram. I don't know if it's private or not. I'll give you a little follow. And so anyway, go check her out. And this is the book that we're going to read. So thank you for suggesting it, because had you never Shona suggested this, we would not be reading this book right now. And I really, really appreciate it. I, in fact, have never heard of this book. I don't know anything about this case. And I'm ecstatic to read this. So here's the problem, okay? When Mel and I were looking it up, we found it on Amazon, Thrift Books, Audible. It's everywhere that you can find it, right? But it's new, so it's going to be expensive. It's going to be, print price of what just came out. I don't know if it's at half-price books, things like that. Mel went to the library to try to put a hold on it. There's a 6-month hold on it at the library. So I know for those people that get books from the library, it's going to be really hard to do. And so we kind of had to make an administrative decision. And we both were like, we said at the beginning that if we started this and we read a book that was new, like a lot of other book clubs do, that we were going to read that book because we thought that it was an important read for this year. So this is the book that we've chosen to read. I know for some of you, you won't be able to do that. If you don't know, what you don't know is a lot. In every live stream that I am doing now, I am giving out one free Audible read for you guys, or I will buy it for you on Amazon if you want to. I'm picking one person. So come to the next live stream, which will be the last month of this month, and I will purchase the book for one person that I pick at random on there. We're going to do a little contest. Last time, I just kind of picked somebody that actually didn't have the means to buy it themselves, and so I purchased it for them, and I was really excited that they got to read, the book this month with us. And I'm going to continue to do that every month. I know it's only one person, but I hope that will at least help one person to be able to participate in the book club. All right. So that is the book that we're going to be reading. I will link it below. You guys can go check it out. I'll put the Goodreads link to it and the Amazon link, and you guys can go check that out if you'd like to participate with us. I hope you will. I know for a lot of you that it's a brand new book and you can't afford it, and trust me, I understand that. And that's why we're trying not to do that every month. We're trying to do books that are a lot older most months, but this is the first one this year that we've read that is new. So anyway, that's the book that we're going to be reading for August. I'm I'm so excited about reading this book. I mean, I sent it to Mel and I said, we have to read this book. Like, we were talking earlier and then I texted it to her and I said, we have to read this book. And I actually just found another book. Let me tell you what it's called and let me know if any of you out there have read it. I just found it when I was at the bookstore. It's called The Kill Jar: Obsession, Descent, and a Hunt for Detroit's Most Notorious Serial Killer. And they're making it into a movie or a documentary series or something. And so I'm thinking I want to read that sometime in the near future too. Which brings me to the next thing. Okay, I have a feeling some people are not going to be real happy about this, and other people are going to be like screaming in their seats. They're so excited. Well, first of all, Mel and I are talking about possibly doing a podcast together. We're not really sure how we're going to do that. One of the really cool things about YouTube, BookTube, Bookstagram, whatever, is that you get to meet other people that have like interests. When Mel reached out to me and said that she would love to help me with the book club and be the to make her administrator and all that kind of stuff, you know, I don't really know that many people online. That whole thing is new to me, but I was like, okay. And now Mel and I have become two of the greatest friends. I love her. I love you, Mel. You know that. We talk all the time. She's one person in my life that kind of checks me and, you know, keeps me level. And I feel like it's a friend that I have that lives right next door. Unfortunately, we live many states apart. And we're trying to do something where we're going to actually get together. Possibly somehow we might have a secret for you, or a surprise for you guys down the road. But one of the ways that would further us to be able to continue to do that is to do a podcast. So that might be coming, but that's not the surprise. The surprise is that Mel and I have really been thinking a lot about what we want to do with this book club going forward. What we want to do for 2020. We have no desire to stop this book club. We're having so much fun with it. We have a lot of people that show up to the live streams. We know it's not 100, 300 people, but we're totally fine with that, you know? We have a good amount of people that participate. It's usually the same people that participate every month, which is so exciting. And we've gotten to know a lot of you. And Mel has started a bookstagram, which I will link below. It's called GingerGonzoReads. So she lists all of her books over there. She's actually going to participate in the Reading Rush this year, which my TBR for the Reading Rush will be up tomorrow. So, you know, we're wanting to do more things that connect us together as friends too. Well, we were thinking about, people were like, don't do classics for 2020. We were never going to do classics, okay? But what we were going to do was we were going to go back for the last, well, first we were going to do like all paranormal things. And so like 1 month would be, you know, like something about vampires, and 1 month about zombies and whatever. But I didn't know how interested people would be in that. And then we decided that we were going to maybe go over like the last 10 years and, you know, pick a bestseller from each of the last 10 years. But then we were like, you know, a lot of people have probably read many of those books, you know, so it would be a reread for those people. So I was driving around the other night and I was listening to my favorite murder podcast, which is one of my favorite murder podcasts, and I love it. It's not one of Mel's favorites, but I love it. And you know, I get so excited when I listen to this stuff, and I don't really have any place else to talk about true crime and whatever, you know. And I thought, why don't we just turn this into a true crime book club? Like, people seem to really like this. There's so many books that we want to read. I mean, there's like 5 Ann Rule books that we want to read that we're never going to get to this year. There's so many different kinds of cases out there, not just like serial killers, but there's so many different kinds of cases. We have a couple fun ones or interesting ones that we're going to be doing in the coming months that are true crime, but not of that nature. There's so many different things out there to read that's considered true crime, and we don't want to miss it. So we have decided, oh my God, I know people are going to, we have decided that going forward, Peter's Book Club is going to be exclusively a true crime book club, period. We're not going to change the theme year to year. It's going to be a true crime book club from here on out. We're ecstatic about it. We're really, really excited. I can tell you it was probably the first decision that Mel and I made where we just were like both, like right away, like, yes, this is what we need to do. And, you know, she's very, very active in the threads, and she said that a lot of people over there seem really excited about the true crime books. I think a lot of people don't want to read it because they don't love true crime, and that makes me sad. And you know, then I would say do the read-alongs with me for like the supermarket reads. And I want my booktube channel to be a place where everybody can feel like they belong in some aspect. So that's why I'm doing the supermarket reads and things like that. And I'm going to continue to do read-alongs and other things. But going forward, we want to make it very specific because we want to be able to do some other things like watch documentaries. You know, maybe like when a new documentary comes out, we can all talk about it, things like that. And so we're going forward, make Peter's Book Club exclusively a true crime book club. We may at some point change the name of it. I don't know. We haven't really talked about it. This is just an idea that came up the last couple days. I mentioned it to her and she said, oh, I think that's great. So as of today, going forward, I hope we don't lose a lot of you. I hope we don't, because we've had so much fun doing this. And I will say this, unlike last year where we had a lot of mixed books, this year, we have really had a lot more participation because it's been about true crime and things that are in the news. And you know, it's been weird. Like, you know, last year we read I'll Be Gone in the Dark, and then they caught him, like, right as we were reading the book. And then this year we read The Stranger Beside Me by Anne Rule about Ted Bundy. And, you know, the Zac Efron movie came out, and the confession tapes, or whatever they're called, on Netflix came out. And, it seems like that's kind of been the case. You know, we read about the BTK killer, and then that case kind of got back in the news a little bit and stuff. So, you know, and we read Columbine, which is the 20th anniversary. We try to keep it up to date with what's going on so that it's not just a true crime, you know, situation. We want to read things that are current, things that we can discuss, things that you guys can talk about with your friends, or watch documentaries, or find, you know, videos on YouTube about those things. So anyway, that's the decision that we've made. I hope you guys are excited about that. I hope there's at least one of you out there that's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. An entire book club dedicated to true crime. I have gotten so many tweets from people when they find out that, like, that don't watch this channel exclusively, that we're doing a year of true crime, that people are like, oh my God, a true crime book club? I didn't know that that existed. So I'm sure there are others out there, but I hope that you guys are excited about that as much as we are. And for those of you that aren't, I'm sorry. I will offer some other things on this channel that you can participate in as well. And then the book, like I said, will be linked below for the month of August. And yeah, I'm really excited. Really, really excited. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of that. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.